Hello, we are back once more. Because you know what? We can't stop, we won't stop with these hot whale touches. Right now we have... Whoa, what? What's up?
I said, Just a little Dave Chappelle thing.
Right.
Go on.
Of course. Right now we have a losers bracket match between the Rent-A-Homies and Xero Era Gaming. That means one of these teams will be eliminated from this tournament at the end of this match. This is on Koth Pro Viaduct RC4, one of my favorite maps, both to play and cast. Get a whale. I am so excited for this. And actually going live right now, it looks like.
Some of the closest finishes we've seen in competitive TF2 ever have happened on this Viaduct map, Lang. They've come right down to the wire very often. We see double overtime very frequently. This is a fantastic way to, see this go down, and we'll see one team out of the tournament. So right now already we have two players down. It's Kosa and Mangachu down for Xero Error, which is not good. Fusion's down on the other side for Rent-A-Homies. We've got Caspian maybe thinking of going up this right side. He has his scouts, has his whole team with him, and they have a sniper up. It's John Milter, and we remember him.
We certainly do.
We
John
got
Milter
crits, though, on the other side. That's interesting. Not to
DBW on the crits? Yeah, it is. Looks like Boink right now is trying to lead this out because, with that Demo Man nerf, you never know what you're going to get. But is this maybe going to be... Who are they taking this crits with? Actually, Kapow getting picked off right at the onset. So they really got to make something happen. Kosa does take this crits. Going on Caspian. Caspian actually does pop a DBW getting picked off by one Jonathan Milter. John Milter picking up Kosa as well. John a good sniper game so far.
John Milter is just racking up med kills and med drops today. Unbelievable on sniper. I don't think he has to change off to scout at all. I think he could run full-time sniper on this. What do you think, Lang?
I mean, it's certainly valid on this map. I've played with a Brazilian who was known to do that. Xero Error pushing up on their left side now. Trying to get this off-Uber push going. Boink opening things up for his team. Mangachu cratering Goku from the Rent-A-Homies. And looks like Xero Error are going to secure up this midpoint for the time being. But John Milter with another quick one on the Boink.
Now, the looks like Ubers are even. Sorry, Lang, I was just going to say that a minute has already been taken off of his clock by Reno. Over a minute.
Yeah, that's a good point. Of course, this is not a 5 CP map. This is the King of the Hill. Winner of the round is the team that controls the center control point for 3 minutes. So it's all about playing the clock and buying as much time as you can. That's why right now we see Xero Error just doing these delay plays. Although they're not necessarily getting frags or forcing Ubers, every second that they get is valuable. So even if they draw out this fight, that can still be a net gain for them. The Ubers now both popped almost at the exact same time. John Milter once again getting a pick onto Mangachu. Boink just kind of jumping around, getting jugged away in his butt. Wow! John Milter getting the air headshot onto Boink. And John Milter on his shell. John Milter's having the game of his life, Mike.
The night of his life. We saw him in the previous match. He is playing on another plane. I mean, I don't know what's going on. He was maybe brought up into space, abducted by aliens or something like that. He's blowing me away. I might stay on the John Milter cam forever. One comment, though, sir. I want to talk about
Mangachu with the spy play! Going in! Oh!
Whiff.
Caspian does turn around and he gets immediately taken out by Rikachu. Sorry to interrupt. I gotta get those spy plays.
You do. Both scouts of Rent-A-Homies are using the Force in Nature. Both Goku.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, and certainly, yeah. If people are sort of new to the weapons, they're gonna be just basically flinging people around the map. Some knockback on that, and an interesting choice. Not really seen a lot of competitive.
So I think what more of their motivation with running the double fan is to deny jumpers. John Milter clearly a strong sniper. And if you can easily prevent jumpers from getting to your sniper, that's going to open up so much more. And as I say, that John Milter getting another headshot onto Mangachu before Kapow does finally end his reign of terror for this life, at least, until he respawns. For Rent getting that mid cap, and they are a full minute ahead of Xero Error.
Yeah, Xero Error, they're about to get crits again, and DBW up on Cliff right now, wondering, are they going to get anything on? They pop right away on the soldier who jumps. No pick yet, and not much to do, and I'm wondering, did they have any intel there on that crits of where they were even going with it, Lang?
I'm not sure. Certainly none of those crit rockets were able to find a home. And Caspian now is very close to his Uber. He's at 90%. John Milter sort of peeking things up on this cliff, seeing if he can make any openings. But actually the scouts, that's Chanel and Kapow teaming over on the flank, taking off the unaware members of the flank of the Rent-A-Homies. But this Uber is coming in deep. Servo with that force of nature, trying to see what he can make happen. He's actually getting caught out here. And once again, Kapow coming in, taking out Rikachu. That's the demo man for Rent-A-Homies. Kapow is still very aggressive, actually almost killing Caspian. Is he going to go in for the finisher? Can he do it? Caspian Sword and Chanel actually comes in, finishes him off. And now we have Kosa, the demo man for Zero Error, coming in, trying to make things happen. Ooh, we're actually getting a headshot.
Kosa,
and then
wow.
the finisher from Fusion to take him off. John Milter is having a hell of a game.
There's going to be another crits, and I don't know if they're going to use it right away or not. There are a couple players down on each side. I'm noticing really the trade-off, these scouts using the Force of Nature already, because they're really sort of disadvantaging themselves in one-on-one situations. They're sort of giving up a bit of firepower for that utility of block and jumps. Here we go, though. The crits is popped. Looks like they... I thought they would get the demo, but no pick on the crits again. And DBW having a hell of a time with this crits Krieg, wondering, oh, might it be time to switch back or what? Time's ticking down. We're at about 30 seconds apiece for each team, and so this could be a very close finish in this first round right now.
Yeah, so I think Zero Error are going to eventually take this back, because of course the team that, or no, not, sorry, For Rent, I mean, the team that doesn't own mid has faster respawns. So For Rent are spawning earlier, and they're taking advantage of that, getting right on top of this point. Because Zero Error are only 7 seconds left on the clock, but right now we do have For Rent in control at this point. 30 seconds and counting down now. This is very close. I think if Zero Error win one engagement, they will take this back, but John Milter taking another pick onto Boink this time. There's some tentative aggression from the scouts of Zero Error that I don't like, and wow, they're just falling apart now. The dominoes just completely tumbling here. DBW so close to that crits, but I don't think she's gonna get it. 5 seconds left on the clock, unless Boink comes in here and can solve this up. Boink tried to wow! I think Boink actually caught his own rocket and got juggled straight up into the air, so he couldn't get on the point and force the overtime.
Kind of a strange finish there with this first round going to the Rent-A-Homies. Very interesting and very close, and maybe a sign of things to come. Sticking with the crits Krieg is DBW. I haven't had a lot of luck on it so far. Boink going in pretty deep right off the bat. Wants to make a play, but I mean, you nailed it, Lang. That force of nature denying the jump, and that just throws off the jumping. You know yourself. You played Soldier. How frustrating is that?
It's extremely frustrating, but yeah, I've only ever really encountered it on Badlands Spire. I certainly have not seen it used like this on Viaduct, but I tell you, I'm loving the creativity here. It's refreshing to see it used in this way to have such a sniper-centric play.
John Milter has got some balls. He just walked. He was the only one alive on his team. He walked just right up on the middle point, just waving his sniper or rifle around and just, you know, hoping he could maybe get a quick scope on the medic or something like that, but he went down. He's put it all out on the line to exclude body parts from it.
DBW has full... I do. DBW has full crits right now. The medic for Rent-A-Homies, that's Caspian, is going to be hiding back in spawn. John Milter, the only person having any aggression right now with that sniper telescope. And yeah, it looks like they're just sort of chilling. They're going to get their Uber. The ideal scenario for Zero Error is to get an early force, then back off and come back in with the crits. But Boink, man, trying to get the force, actually does go down here, Mike.
I've got to wonder what's going through the mind of DBW, because she's been sitting on this one crits for a long time, and if you never played Medic, you know that, well, they pop it finally. I'll finish the thought in a second. Scout comes in right away and gets Kosa. They have to hand off the crits, and again, it has not been going fantastically. You know, the longer you hold on to crits, and people who follow the game know this, it's stressful because it's very easy to get taken out. You don't have that invulnerability to protect yourself if you get jumped. It's really nerve-wracking to hold on to it the whole time, but she's building again, already to 45% on crits, although feeling heat. A lot of spam coming in. Goku chasing down and using the regular scatter gun this time to take out the medic. Works better.
Less filling. Tastes great.
Of course. We all know that.
Of course. So yeah, really quite the bloody free-for-all there, but Goku taking out Manish, denying that bomb. That was rough right there.
Maybe he will stick with this scatter gun. Who knows?
Yeah, jeez. We have another bomb coming in. It's Boink this time. He's gonna insta-give the moment he touches solid ground. Kapow now! The Xero Arrow are just completely trickling one at a time. That was some of the... But that was some questionable timing there, Mike. I don't know what else to say.
I like you catching yourself. It was very questionable. Certainly, you don't want to come in one by one because, you know, that's like a firing squad. Quite literally, as John Milter's just standing here zooming in. We have a counter sniper, though. Kapow is going to step up to the plate, see if he can knock a few out of the park. I don't know. John is on his game tonight.
But Mangachu actually getting the spy backstab onto Caspian. So he's going to be down. DBW now almost has her Uber ready. 4 members down before it. Mangachu with another stab, and Kosa with the air dunk onto Rikachu. And right now it's just Servo trying to make something happen. But
Kapow picked him out with a nice body shot from the cliff. Yeah. So here's the team play all of a sudden out of nowhere.
So yeah, that's a midpoint capped for Xero Error. Complete Uber advantage. We're going to see the suicides coming out. Fusion getting taken down, but we got to watch out for John Melter. John Melter scoped up on these stairs. What's he going to find?
What is he going to find? And Kapow is looking. I don't know if he realizes that he has John to... Oh, he didn't realize. There you go. His head exploded. We have a regular Uber. DBW said, you know, to hell with Chris Krieg. We're going to just play it standard. They actually own this point right now, and they're in the lead on time by about 20 seconds, but... Right now, Homie's going to try to cap it back, so now DBW coming in to block this and try to pick up some frags if she can with her soldier, who's going to jump right in. Kosa's still on the point as well, playing a little further back. But look at this combo somehow snuck through. I don't know what happened there. Servo and Fusion going down. We still got Reds on the point. Rikachu is standing there, and indeed, Reno Homies may cap this.
Yeah, it looks like
heroics.
Schnell's still alive. Schnell still has a fair bit of health. He could make something happen to Mangachu actually coming in with the health now. Are they going to get any frags? No. Wow, so many people low on health there, but not quite able to finish off. But anyway, what I was trying to say is that, you know, yeah, Xero Error got forced and weren't able to kill Caspian, so they just came back in with their Uber. But, you know, they did get about a minute of time out of that, so that's okay. But Caspian actually, did Caspian get Uber again, or did he never pop? I think he actually never popped.
I'm not sure. I'm looking at the spy plays. Mangachu trying it again. At any rate, we do have the red Uber popped, and they're the ones that own this point right now, and so kind of flexing their muscles. Servo's right in on spawn, and what? It's DBW in spawn.
Had no business getting that kill.
That happened. This is real life, right? Isn't it right? Hello?
Yes.
This is real. So, a classic Viaduct med kill, falling down face first into spawn. Still holding on to this point is Rena Homies, and remember, they took the first round, and so if they can take the second one in a row, they'll be rolling right along in terms of the momentum of this match.
So Goku's having a huge... Actually, the scouts everywhere are having huge games. Both scouts for Xero Error are outscoring their med, and Goku is outscoring both med. So that's really, really crazy. But forget that. We got a fight going on. Goku sort of leading things for his team. I think both scouts on full rent have gone back to scatter. And here I was thinking that their strategy was focused on using the fan to create room for their sniper, but they've gone to scatter, and they seem even more effective now.
It is interesting. They're switching it up back and forth, and Rena Homies, they can't cap it Ubered, but real easy. They had another scout there to do it. 2-0 for the For Rent team, Lang.
Moving into our third round here. Snipers for both teams. Kapow versus John Milter. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to watch the sniper cam. I'm going to watch John Milter for this mid.
Well,
he's moving over into China. Scoping up, got a clear line on the demo and the medic. Whiffs his first shot. Boink now, jumping up, trying to apply some pressure. Moving over to Japan. Actually scoping up in that China area. It does get taken down by Boink. So yeah, right now I'm watching Goku. Picks up Boink. And it looks like the Rent-A-Homies are going to back out here. They're going to try to keep their Uber intact, although somehow they got pretty far behind in their building.
Yeah, certainly taking this first cap as Xero Error. Kapow certainly has not been having the standout sniper day that John Milter's been having, but maybe trying to scope him out right here, and Blue getting Uber, so Xero Error will have this, but a lot of pressure. A nice job there to back away from pressure from the soldier. DBW holding it. She gave up on the whole idea of Crits Krieg. Who needs Crits Krieg anyway? Nobody. Right now, just sort of holding back. I'm watching Kapow. He hasn't picked anything out yet. Kosa just kind of making those loose cannon balls work. He's making his balls work. Like, oh, he's not anymore because John Milter caught him.
His balls are no longer
Caught him with his balls out. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Still, though, this point belongs to Blue, but it looks like Rena Homies will come in and get their first cap of the round after... Oh, but maybe not, as here comes Blue Uber, taking it in as the Soldier, and getting popped onto Rikachu just in time. Gonna throw the med up in the air.
So this is still good here. They're buying a ton of time while this fight's going on. The point's not being capped, so it's finally getting capped just now. But Xero Error still got a minute out of that, and they're not behind on Uber. And now they have faster respawn. So with Boink up now and Servo still down for another 9 seconds, they have a small window to have actually a timing push here. And Kapow with that pick on the Rikachu right now. Fusion coming in, trying to make things happen for his team. But no, these quick respawns of Xero Error are going to be up in time. They're going to start capping this. Hopefully, they're really afraid of the sniper, but yeah, they are going to cap it. Mangachu taking out Fusion. Actually, Fusion, that's the old Roamer high five right there. Both Roamers killing each other.
Yeah, they pulled it off. I'm noticing this too, that a lot of the Xero Error players are really focusing John Milter, which is a testament to the difference he's been making. You know, he hasn't been playing Scout or any other class. He's just basically been rolling Sniper this whole time. A little lower on the scoreboard, but he's been making it count. Lang. He's been picking out very important picks when they matter. I think that's just as important as points. Points aren't everything.
Absolutely. Coming from a Roamer main, I can assure you.
They're far from anything. They're not anything at all.
Yeah. So again, double snipers. We have Kapow versus John Milton. Boink trying to open things up for his team. Is he going to catch those stickies? Oh, the Uber, he gets launched all the way back to the team's health kit. Boink actually getting the air shots while he's behind, picking up Fusion, trying to look forward now. Oh, John Milter with the body shot on a DBW, taking her down. John Milter taking that loose cannon spam is forced to back up, but it looks like Schnell trying to make something happen, but he's going to just get absolutely scatter juggled.
Scatter juggled, that's fun to say.
For Rent, going to remain in control of the midpoint here.
Getting scatter juggled. Rikachu blocking off this door. We've got 3 blue dudes. Actually, 2 blue dudes and 1 blue female, my mistake. Trying to come in through the door. They were blocked by Rikachu, who just kind of flushed them all out and did a great job denying that. So now XE kind of had to scatter around and cycle, try to find another way out. It was a good job, as, I mean, look at this Rena Homies team. They're ticking time off the clock. They're 1 minute and 10 seconds away from taking their 3rd round in a row. Got some stragglers now coming up trying to get a blue cap. I think that Rena Homies will be happy to let that happen. They must know they're at a disadvantage. Now they're at a big disadvantage as Boink comes right over the top and takes out Caspian, and that's a huge pick. And so certainly now Xero Error are going to be in a good position to make this happen themselves. Although they're 3 players down, they do own the point.
Yeah, somehow, despite all those frags, Xero Error ended up being a bunch of players down, and their Uber has now been forced. Schnell doing a good job of picking up Rikachu, so that's a demo down. He might be able to get Goku here. It's a 1v2. Schnell versus both scouts, and Fusion has showed up as well. DBW got taken down, but these scouts have a chance to make a bunch of frags happen here. The health is all so low on Far Red, they just gotta finish him off. Schnell, please, he finally takes down those players there. And this is bloody here. I think, though, that, yes, between Schnell and Mangachu, this aggression here, but no, they can't outdo the heals coming out of Caspian right now. But they still hold on to the point, so they're still buying time. This is still a net benefit for them.
It is, absolutely. There's been a lot of back and forth. We can see why we picked this Viaduct map, can't we, Lang? This is why we picked this. It's very close. Red takes it right back, and certainly we can expect that they will hold the point for at least about another 30 seconds or so. We're going to have a very close finish, or we should, in this 3rd round again. Remember, Rena Homies are up 2-0 already. And Costa just trying to make those cannonballs work, but nobody wants to stand out the sniper lanes, Lang, because guess who is watching them? His name starts with a J. He's known as the Pastebin Bandit.
Bridges.
Yeah. The Pastebin Bandit, Jeff Bridges. Sniping all day. I want to shout out from the
He's got a lot of time in his hands these days. You do Tron, he just retired.
Not much to do. I mean, he has a PC. It made sense for him to get Steam. I mean, that's just... I think it's logic, personally.
Yep.
Fast rising game.
Exactly. We do now have DBW and Caspian both having their Ubers. DBW and Xero Error popping their Uber a little bit early. Caspian's just now finally getting forced. I think given the actually quite geometrically equal carpet of stickies on the point, and the numbers actually. Whoa, suddenly a bunch of people dying all at the same time.
Servo's doing crazy
Zero
stuff.
Error getting back onto the point, forcing the overtime. This cap is going to go, but Servo is still behind, trying to make stuff happen. He does pick up Kapow. Servo now coming in, taking this 1v1 against Schnell. The loose cannon though does come in, bops him right in the face, getting bopped, getting sent back to respawn. One free respawn timer. But wait, Zero Error have all ran away from the point, but it's overtime. So if 4 Red even cap it at all, they're going to win immediately. Boyd coming in from behind with the help from Kosa, just get that frag. And the heaviest here, the Russian contingent has arrived, Mike. He's on the point, he's mowing everybody down. Caspian still alive, John Milter taking down Rikachu. He's getting into the fray, he's got that SMG out, he's shooting people. He's still
on
alive.
a 10 kill streak.
Oh my God.
Killed 10 people in that life. I mean, that happened. That's just a thing that happened.
I mean, it said 4 on my screen.
Well, I mean, maybe we got glitches or something going on. Maybe I'm using that exaggeration HUD, if that's a thing, but... You know what? We're back to crits here. I was just laughing the whole time at Mangachu coming back up as heavy, but that's just me. By the way, Twitch chat, if you have a favorite sniper in this match, we'd love for you to call it out, because... it could be anyone. Rikachu right now, lots of pressure on DBW, and DBW, the veteran of ESEA, gets out somehow at 50 health. First cap of this round is going to go to the team in red. That is the hot team, and that is Renta-Homies.
Very
as we know,
hot,
blue indicates coldness. These are temperatures, as we discussed earlier. Yeah.
Mangachu going way behind with that distraction for his team, but perhaps a little early. Because Zero Error just now have their crits and are just now up here. And once again, Boyk going in maybe kind of early. I don't even know if they're going to pop this crits. Their soldiers both kind of jumped the gun there.
They have to pop it. It's on the scout. Real unfortunate. DBW loses half her power classes and goes down there to, who else? JM body shot. Mangachu says, I've had quite enough of this, and goes straight for John Milter. And so here we have the blue team in blue taking their first point.
So I mean, Boyk and Mangachu I think are two of the strongest like jumpy soldiers like in the game. To be honest, they're really good at just jumping everywhere, being really distracting, but while also still putting out good damage. But it seems that the coordination and timing of Zero Error just isn't there. If Mangachu and Boink are bombing in right when the crits is coming in from the demo, it's devastatingly effective. But they're going in early, and they're going in at different times early. Like, it's not
It is
there.
strange, yeah. I mean, Mangachu, I always
John
think of him
Milter,
as...
geez.
Yeah, really, come on. Stop head shooting. Boink comes right in, takes care of him. I was going to say, Mangachu plays, I call sort of like a hybrid style almost. Like, he's played Pocket and Roamer, and I think his natural Mangachu style is a combo of both. I'm wondering if he's almost hurting himself by going off class so many times. I mean, he's picked out a couple little stabs. He's up as Sniper now. I think the first time this match that Mangachu's done that. I think he's played almost everything. He's played everything but NG and Pyro. He goes down as Sniper there. What's going on?
Off to a good start. He did get a frag, picking up a headshot onto Fusion.
Should he stick to Soldier, or what do you think?
I don't know. Vidox's one of those maps where people are always like, do we really need soldiers on this map? Because hit scan and demo are so strong. I certainly have played on teams where we did not run a pocket. We just ran pocket scouts, no pocket soldier. Boink, really deep, does take down John Milter. Not sure if that was worth it, though. As full right, they're just going to take this pick as an opportunity to move in. But, wow, coordinated timing. There it is, finally, from Zero Error. Kapow taking down the medic. Kapow now with the flank onto Rikachu, taking him down. And Goku, last member left alive, is going to get cleaned up. John Milter, that early frag has respawned, but it's just him chilling at last, holding things down. As Caspian and the rest of For Rent are respawning now. We have Schnell hiding in here, but he gets spotted out immediately and is taken down.
Doing the maybe trying the POW move, just hang out in the in the little tunnel and just go AFK. Kosa lighting up cannonballs. I know you remember that one, buddy. We still have pretty even times, and that's I think a testament to these teams being both very even, and we see this a lot in these top level games. Very close clocks on the Viaduct map. Kosa pushed back, and he's using charge now, so he's going loose cannon and bear, so to speak, not using any sticky bombs, using shield so he can charge around, which is interesting.
Did you say loose cannon and bear?
And Bare. What I mean is he's bare, as in he's not covered up by, you know, a sticky bomb launcher. B-A-R-E. He's going in bare.
Thought you meant the other type of bear.
Not Sea Bear, our good friend, but
right.
Bear.
He's not wielding a Sea Bear, just hitting people.
That's not a weapon yet.
Oh!
That's a yeah. That's a good bear impression.
I just get up in the morning, look at myself in the mirror, do that for 45 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I can start my day now. In any case, we got a fight going on here.
We do, a game,
the Uber popped for Caspian, just trickling away here. He's got a very hurt Rikachu, he has to heal. He's got a triage here. Keep that Devilman alive, not let Schnell take him out. Rikachu connecting these pipes like some kind of pipe connector. And he's going to take him down. The bomb coming in from Boink early. And then Mangachu once again with a staggered follow-up. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Going in Bear, I don't. Here's the. Ghost just charged right in.
Well,
Bear, as we all know, and just chopped up some heads. And what's going on here? What is this now? Is this? I mean, balls are to the wall, aren't they now?
And,
figuratively speaking.
And they're loose, and they're being fired, and they're double donking, and all sorts of things are happening. Rikachu finding some of these balls.
What else
on
can
his
you say
wall.
about?
I'm not sure.
You know, the blue team certainly seems like they have an Uber right now, and they've been taking very aggressive holds. Have they been overextending a little bit, Lang? They're holding aggressively every time, aren't they?
So I feel like at some point Zero Error were just like, okay, screw this, let's do something weird. And it ended up actually working really well for them. So it's thrown ForRent off a bit. I think ForRent had maybe settled into a groove. They thought they had Zero Error figured out, but now Zero Error have changed the formula. Zero Error now with the Super getting really aggressive. They want to try to pick this off. Wow, that donk actually forced Rikachu out. He was not able to retreat. God, DPW just barely surviving. Nice footwork there, dodging the shots of that scout.
Oh boy.
Boink, taking out Goku, so a bunch of players down, and I guess Caspian actually died at some point in that engagement too. I missed that, so the medic died, and this round is actually gonna end right now with Mangachu, the heavy sitting on the point. It's 2-2, this is all tied up.
Mangachu, you know, some of my Euro brethren would say Mangachu maybe taking the mick a little bit, coming out onto the point as heavy, using his bread gloves somehow. I don't know how those are even allowed, but doing his off-classing thing, whatever it did, I can't give all credit to Mangachu, but Zero Error, easy for me to say.
Yeah.
They pick up a round. Mangachu missing a rocket initially on John Milter, but finally getting the famed sniper. And also picking up another sword kill on a scout.
On this initial mid, we saw that coordinated aggression from Zero Error. They were finally all on the same page at the same time, and that fight happened entirely in the red team's backfield. ForRent never got onto the point. Zero Error, that movement from Boink and Mangachu ensured the fight happened on their terms, on the low ground for ForRent.
Well, this is an example, Lang, of what happens when you have nothing to lose, isn't it? When you are going down, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 rounds or whatever, once you have nothing to lose, you can try some of this crazy stuff and you can go aggressive and you can put yourself out there and put it all on the line. I think that's what Zero Error were doing, and it's working right now. I think if you're a fan of Reno homies, you want them to kind of catch their breath a little bit, but a big drop, and it was Mangachu dropping Caspian's Uber as sniper this time.
Have they perhaps found their answer to the young John Milter? Well, maybe not. As John Milter take down Mangachu immediately, but getting donked by Kosa with the long-range loose cannon. So they're still going to hold on to this mid. They already have gotten a minute out of this hold. And,
Cannonball Z, Lang. I mean, it's been working. We've been watching them use this cannonball the whole time, and the scouts have switched off their off-classing, and maybe the Reno homies need to go back to these... to the force of nature, perhaps, as Goku picks out Boink. I mean, they had good success at the start of this match, and they've been struggling ever since. I think they're just sort of in their head about it a little bit now, with all these strange tactics by Zero Error and Blue.
Strange Tactics. Is that the sequel to Weird Science?
Yeah, I think so.
We need to
starring
make that movie,
Mangachu. Somebody will whip up the movie poster, I'm sure.
He's got the glasses for it. I have the same glasses as him, it's fine. I'm allowed to say that.
It's a soldier
anyway,
thing.
It is. Love connection. Boink. With the free spam angle onto Caspian, does get taken down by Servo there. That scattergun. Kapow caught kind of out of position here. Now Mangachu is going in real deep as the sniper. He's going to get chased down by these scouts. Can Mangachu get out to safety? His team's trying to cover him. Maybe pick off one of these scouts that overextends, gets a little bit too aggressive, but no, they're going to back off and not donate any picks to the other team. Right now, ForRent have a firm hold on this midpoint. They got stickies up, they have their Uber, so the force attempts are coming in from Xero Error now.
It was seeming like we are stabilizing maybe a little bit here playing. It's feeling a bit more like a normal match now. A little bit, that is. Caspian holding on to an Uber right now. And Caspian, he doesn't want to drop this one, so he pops real early. Almost loses his scout, but grabs him. Figuratively, of course. Picks up his demo now as well. They had a scout to deal with. This point right now does still belong to this Renohomies team in the red. They did just use their Uber, though.
Kosa charging in and takes down Caspian. What? Are you kidding me? That is... Okay then, but it looks like there's still more players alive wearing those red jerseys, so they are going to hold on to this cap. The Uber now pop from DBW using the chariot strat, flashing the Uber onto both of those scouts, getting launched up into the air as Kosa. I'm sorry, that's Schnell. Takes down a Rikachu on the way back down.
Little 3K, Schnell doing a little bit of that forward scout. So your forward hold does not need to be your whole team. You can send little Schnell up there and he'll get 3 little picks easy. Not difficult at all. And so if you look at the times right now, Xero are taking his back. They have a sizable lead in terms of time. They're going to take probably at least 20-30 seconds off of this clock right now, which means they'll have about a minute lead in the time against this Renohomies squad. Jump comes in, going straight for the medic. DBW goes down to Caspian. Went down about that same time. It sounds like a good old DM fest. 2v2, and actually 2v1 now. Kapow is going to try to block this cap. Can't do it.
John Milter cleaning that up, but there's still a minute and a half left on the clock for ForRent. Only 21 seconds left for Xero Error Gaming. We're going to see ForRent trying to move up on to secure their point here, but Mangachu opening things up for Xero Error. This time his early aggression might work. The Boink with the big air shot onto John Milter. Baiting out that aggression, baiting Mangachu, but it completely worked. Boink trying to flank the heavy now. He's completely, but what? Takes down 2 players right with his bomb, and now it's just the Russian. That's Fusion left alive. Boink having just the play of his life there. Just 3 great frags. I think he secured this round for his team, Mike.
My lord, and yeah, I think Renohomies right now just are shell-shocked, as I think a lot of us who are watching this are. They've completely switched everything up. John Milter came off of Sniper, which is a shock to me, but my lord. That's going to be half as Xero Error take their 3rd round in a row, Len.
I got the vapors over here, Mike. Oh my goodness.
You got the vapors.
I cannot believe how that hack just ended. That was phenomenal. So yeah, 3-2 right now in favor of Xero Error. Of course, this is King of the Hill, which means we only played a 4, not 5. So it's match point. Xero Error just need to take 1 more round, and this match will be theirs, and they will advance, and they will have sent ForRent home. But of course, it is not over yet. Not by a long shot, Mike. Viaduct known to have these dramatic tempo shifts at the half. Teams have sometimes come back from being down 3-0. Right now, ForRent are only at a 1-round disadvantage. This is absolutely still within their grasp.
Very doable, and they get this time now to sort of talk it over and think about it. That may almost benefit Renohomies more, because they can ask themselves, what in the name of God did we just see? How do we approach this, and what classes do we roll out now going forward? Are they going to stick with the sniper strategy? Are they going to do something else different? Anything can happen, but certainly a match that looked like it was going to very easily go the way of Renohomies. The Invite team, who we talked about, almost took the 4th land spot. Suddenly here's Xero Error, the most recently IM team. Just, I don't know, shock and awe, Lang. Shock and awe.
So it seems that Xero Error have figured out how to play against John Milter's sniping. And I'm almost positive we're going to see him change off it. And actually, yeah, right now, even in halftime, he is on scout and they have 2 soldiers. Whether or not they keep 2 soldiers will be interesting. This might be their response to that double soldier aggression of Boink and Mangachu that is so distracting and so damaging. But maybe they get more creative. Maybe they run a heavy or something. I mean, we've seen heavies out of both teams already. But we are live right now, Mike. Tell me about this initial mid.
We're going. I'm watching John Milder first, just out of curiosity. He's not going to do much on this mid, looks like, though. Watching the soldiers coming in. I'm watching on red, that's Fusion, Servo, who's now just way behind enemy lines, grabbing the pack. And guess what? He's right in on the medic. Gets DBW quite easily. Wants the demo, too. Key of the sword, Kosa, going down. And Servo standing here on soldier with a full 200... Oh, wow. Well, that... Forget what I said about the full health. He certainly put forward a valiant effort, but it was taken out there by the scout. This first cap, it's red trying to take it, which is Rana homies, and certainly remember, they're the team that want to make something happen in this second half, down 3-2.
Yeah, it looks like a Xero error. Just had slightly faster spawn, so they are going to get on top of this, but for Rent, do not want to let that go freely. They're really pressuring a lot. Boink now trying to open it up for his team, but he gets isolated. He got juggled out of the cliff, and Rikachu actually hitting a crisp little air pill there onto Boink to finish him off. For Rent now using this aggression, but Mangachu now seeing his opportunity comes in. Good dodging from Caspian, though. Puts a house between him and Mangachu, prevents that kill from happening. Oh, John Milton getting launched up by the loosest of cannons from Kosa. And, yeah, I think yes. It has happened, Mike. Renta homies have secured this point, and their timer is ticking down.
The Ubers are exactly even right now. No crazy shenanigans going on. A real good catch by Boink, who picks out the sticky trap, which was on a little piece of wood there, which probably wouldn't have been caught otherwise. We're coming in. The first pop comes out of the red team, Renta homies, who are kind of at a loss. They know there's not much they can do. They popped so much earlier. Boink is trying to pick out the other soldier here now.
This is some Dragon Ball Z stuff happening between Boink and Servo. What is going on between them? They both keep just launched into the air. Servo is still alive somehow, and DBW is actually really hurt.
My lord. That was just, wow, the soldiers just playing kind of their own little mini game there, which is fantastic, but Rhino homies don't care. They're taking time away, and they still have, they're getting the respawns now, a minute 50 seconds away from taking a round, but certainly Xero wants something to do with that. And speaking of Dragon Ball Z, we've got Cannon Ball Z coming in. Kosa trying to create some room here with those loose cannon balls. Blue does kept the point, at the very least.
Yeah, so right now they're controlling it. They're a little bit less than a minute behind, 45 seconds behind right now.
Oh, but Caspian went down, and it was Boink taking out Caspian, so forget the Ubers being even. I don't think they're going to switch off to crits or anything like that, but Rhino homies are going to be in bad shape now, as they're going to be at about a 60% Uber disadvantage. Down goes Fusion, down goes DBW, so forget that! I was just about to say that the job now is on the soldiers if they can jump in and grab the medic, and they did just that. I don't even need to say it. They know what they have to do. These are top-level players, Lang. They know how to bomb medics on Vibe.
Mangachu, speaking of soldiers bombing, though, Mangachu comes in and takes away Caspian's life. Boink now with the follow-up. Rikachu still there. Rikachu charging in with that sword, but he hits the smallest little concrete lip, and all of his momentum is stalled. John Milton going to take him away with that pistol. So even though their medic did go down, Rent still does control this middle, but the spawns are so much faster for the defending team that DBW is going to have a big spawn advantage, and their spawn's actually a little bit closer, and they have Mangachu on the heavy.
Of course they do, and they fell back and they were building real briefly a little bit with Kapow, but now Mangachu right away going down, and that heavy, if you don't use it right on this Viaduct map, you can get targeted and taken out really easily. That's what we saw there. Blue's going to take the point back. Xero error, they have got everyone down on the other side except 2 players. They've got a lot of time to tick off this clock. They're a minute behind in terms of time. So certainly Rena homies look like they came out in the second half, just putting it all out there and doing what they had to do. Right now, though, sitting on an Uber is DBW.
Yeah, sitting on an Uber, and more importantly, with a heavy. Defensive Uber heavy on this midpoint here is rough, but actually their Uber does get forced. They're trying to go in deep, and actually, wait, Caspian doesn't have it yet. Caspian finally finds a heal target, does get his Uber. They went 2 players down, though. So Xero Era can milk a little bit more time out of this, but at this point, that's what their goal is. Milk as much time as you can, but then you got to give it up.
And DBW playing smartly. She knows, I mean, she's not stupid. I mentioned a veteran. She's played in so many ECA seasons. Knows it's coming in and wants to get out alive. Can she do it? A lot of it's going to be here on Kosa, who gets blasted but gets a cannonball on Servo. A nice direct there. A little donk kill, and Kosa's going to try to follow up on it, coming right up to the point. Want to cap this point back because Reno Homies did take it again. They have about 40 seconds away from taking the round. Reno Homies have got to counter this, Lang. I don't think they have time to give up another cap, or do they? It's going to be close. They're cutting it close here.
They certainly are, but they're doing a really good job of delaying in this fight. While this whole fight is going on, this clock is counting down for Rent. So suddenly they've only got 20 seconds left on the cap. And Xero Error still have a minute left on it. Xero Error finally capping it up. Only 17 seconds left on the clock for Rent. Caspian needs to survive, needs to get his Uber here. He needs to let his people die if necessary. He just has to hold on to this Uber because DBW still has hers. So what's gonna happen here, the Uber now is gonna come in on the cliff, and Rent need to play off their respawn. So they gotta die fast. The Uber now popped for both teams almost at the same time. No blood has been shed yet. The Ubers are just staring at each other on the point. Soldiers jumping around. No one wants to be the first death. And finally, Schnell's going to be the first one to fall.
Kosa
and DBW both going down as well. Rent pick up all the fakes. John Milter shooting Boink right out of the air. Megachu coming in, trying to stall it out as much as he can. But no. The spawns now are still going to come up for Xero Error. And if they're super fast, they might be able to stop this Mike. I don't know if they're going to get it.
They got to run right out there. I don't want any heavy shenanigans right now. This is looking really good for Reno Homies. Demo's on it right now. Goes down right away. That's Kosa. Scouts there. Doesn't matter. It's Reno Homies tying it up. Suddenly we've got a 3-3, and it's anybody's game. And whoever takes this round, Lang, going to be earning a victory in this very close match. Closest we've done all evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Twitch Invitational just giving us great matches here. Could not be more excited about it. Huge thanks again to Twitch for sponsoring and hosting this tournament. But again, Servo with the big bomb, taking out DBW right at the beginning, right at the onset of this mid-fight. John Milter fighting Kosa over on just what is the wrong side of the map. John Milter dancing around, still surviving somehow, but ultimately, both medics did go down in that fight, but DBW went down earlier, so she's going to spawn up sooner. She's going to have a small Uber advantage. Neither team is capped up mid yet. They both seem to have just backed off. There's a bit of a peace treaty going on right now.
Bloodthirsty, or maybe the opposite. I mean, they're sitting back. We've seen both of these medics sort of build with a scout at various times in this. I've seen it mostly from Xero Error. Xero Error, they're the team that's going to take this first cap. Doesn't mean much, but Rent Homies, they're able to come in now. I'm surprised they haven't gone back to Sniper, but I guess that's going to be the last we're going to see. They're going to stick with just these vanilla lineups, I think, for the rest of this. Unless we see some crazy wackiness, that could work as well. 20 seconds ticked off, though, so far. The Ubers are very much equal. It's going to be up to the soldiers to maybe try to create some advantage if they can.
Rent looking to maybe get aggressive here. They're thinking about plus forwarding, but it looks like they want to wait till their demo hits some solid spam here and can open up. But Reeks actually can take it down. Kosa launching himself up and loose cannoning and all sorts of funny things are happening here. But Rent are taking this as an opportunity to go up. They're like, hey, if both demos are down, it's like we're not at any kind of disadvantage. So they
Free
come
point.
in, they play off their quicker spawns, and they finally start getting some time on the point here. 2:48 is their time to the 2:09 of Xero Error.
Yeah, it was a free point for them. You know, what I'm finding with this loose cannon that Kosa's been rocking for the whole match, and certainly he's not going to give up, it can be very hit or miss. And when it is on, it's very much on. You can cause a lot of big splash damage with it on a combo or on whatever, but when it's off, and here we go, they're going to take it in and see what they can do. Just still using those cannonballs, sitting kind of back a little bit. The soldier's coming in to create some pressure now as well. It's not going to get the medic. But again, Kosa with those cannonballs, some situations are fantastic and some they're not ideal. That's just my view, but look at this right now. Everyone down except the demo and the medic for Xero Error. And I found this situation a lot. We're seeing this. Does it feel like we've seen this a few times, Lang, with just Kosa and DBW left up?
Yeah, I mean, sort of the classical move on Viaduct is to do four-man suicides, but I don't think that was a four-man suicide. I think they were just the only ones that survived there.
I neglected to call it that. It was sort of just the way the cookie crumbled with the soldiers. Certainly they're being very aggressive, and Mangachu, speaking of Mangachu, guess what? He's French now, and he will be playing Spy. You can get on the Mangachu camp. Oh my lord.
He's gonna go next door
No, it's
to
not gonna work.
go back.
Oh, what? He gets a side, it looked like a side stab on Servo. And he's gonna stay up. I was gonna say that the surprise factor might have been there with the spy, because we hadn't seen it for a number of rounds. Oh, Mangachu. Boy, oh boy.
Oh, they found him!
They knew he was there, so the surprise factor now is gone. So, you know, I don't think he's gonna stay on that spy class. Probably gonna go back to Soldier, although we'll see.
Caspian now getting his Uber. DBW, of course, already has hers. Kapow going down an early frag. Florence are surely going to try to capitalize on this. Ubers force for both teams. More flashing happening for Xero Error, but the Uber was popped earlier from ForRent. Servo really committing into this, and with the help of Fusion, it has paid off. DBW on Boink going down, and then Schnell and Kosa going down. Only Mangachu left. Kapow is somewhere with 29 health. He's still taking the fight anyway. And he does die. That's a full wipe for Xero Error, and I think only Fusion went down for the Renta homies.
Real good. Rikachu's been a bit of an unsung hero. We haven't said his name too much, but he's been doing a fantastic job of patrolling, setting up traps and things like that on this map. We've been talking more about that loose cannoning fellow. But Rikachu, there he is, getting a pill on Boink, taking him out, which is good. Right now, this point does belong to Renta homies. They've got 45 seconds left before they're going to take this, and the Heavy is back up again, getting targeted down right away, and with Kosa down, if they lose that Heavy, they're going to be down a lot of firepower. But he's going to come right out to mid.
Xero Error have about a minute to make up here. Mangachu tracking Rikachu right as he jumps over his head. This chew-on-chew violence, we can't be having this. The Renta homies now pushing up onto their right side. This is going to be a suicide, I believe. They have the time to work with it. Caspian giving these late buffs to his players, and surely he's going to run away now. Surely he's going to run away. Okay, there he goes. The Uber still not forced for DBW, though. DBW's safe with Mangachu. That's the Heavy over on that cliff. Caspian now getting more adventurous with his heals. They do have that initial frag as Boink has gone down. They actually capped it. Xero Error had Uber, and they just let the Renta homies cap it.
And now I don't think they're prepared for this. They were like, whoops. They all sort of ran out. They are going to recap, but they spent Uber on nothing. They threw their Uber down the sewer or something because it's just nothing. So right now, here we go, red team. Red homies are going to have a great big old Uber to bring right in. It was a fantastic job there, a fantastic waste of the Uber of Xero Error Gaming. They're going to take it back, but acting real quick. Here comes the Soldier Uber coming in. Fusion going to stand right on it and take the point. Servo has been... Oh, the rocket! Servo getting a big air shot on Boink, giving up his own life to do it, so we traded soldiers. The point goes back to Renta homies, who are 10 seconds away. They're 2 players down. Caspian's on his own. Mourning, he's not even going to have time to mourn his team. Oh my god. Xero Error takes the point back, Lang. What's going to happen here?
Well, DBW has Uber. They have all their players up, but still, an Uber is about 8 seconds, and they got 20+ seconds left on the clock. They need to make something happen with this Uber right now. They got to get these frags. Don't let your players die. Mangachu almost critting their DBW. Ubering, flashing everyone that she can, but the frags are still not quite happening. Finally, the first person to go down. Caspian is in deep. Caspian actually has 90%. If they get on the point and force overtime, Caspian, he gets his Uber just barely. Oh! He's so close. Oh, and it's just Fusion. Can he find that Uber? They can't get off it. Oh, and that is
Xero Error.
Xero Error gonna take that. But you know what, Mike? We don't have time to mourn the loss of the rental homies and to celebrate the victory of the Xero Error gamers. We're going right into another cast, Mike. I can't believe it. It is going to be the last cast of the night. Classic mix-up versus Xertus Esports. We're gonna take a very quick break, just get enough water to sustain us, just get wet our whistles here.
Hot Lang.
So we can keep talking about these video games. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. You do not want to miss this.